Did you know that certain foods can accelerate vision loss without you even noticing? That's right. I'm Dr. Vitality, a doctor specialized in healthy aging, and today I'm going to show you the 5 foods you need to stop eating now to protect your vision and avoid macular degeneration. Don't worry, I'll explain everything in a simple and direct way. Tropical fruits. Who hasn't given in to a delicious mango or juicy pineapple, right? They're refreshing, packed with flavor, and generally considered healthy options. However, when it comes to eye health, some of these fruits can turn out to be real villains. The big issue lies in their high fructose content, a type of natural sugar that, when consumed in excess, can cause inflammation and damage the retina. That's right, that innocent sweet treat might be sabotaging your vision. Let's get straight to the point. The fructose found in fruits like mango, pineapple, and grapes is quickly absorbed by the liver, and if it's not used as energy, it turns into fat. This increases triglyceride levels in the blood, causing inflammation in the blood vessels that supply the retina. Research shows that a diet high in fructose can increase the risk of eye diseases like age-related macular degeneration, AMD, especially in people over 50. And if you already have conditions like hypertension or diabetes, the situation can be even more critical. Excessive fructose intake raises the risk of microangiopathies, small lesions in the blood vessels of the retina. These lesions disrupt blood circulation and ocular nutrition, making the eyes more vulnerable to permanent damage. In other words, that fruit dessert after lunch might be taking a little bit of your vision with every bite. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should stop eating fruits. They have plenty of benefits, like vitamins and fiber. The key is balance. Choose fruits with a low glycemic index, like strawberries, apples, or pears, which have less fructose and don't impact eye health as much. A valuable tip is to pair these fruits with nuts like walnuts and almonds, which help stabilize blood sugar levels and protect ocular blood vessels. So, if you want to keep your eyes healthy, avoid overindulging in tropical fruits. Swap out those huge servings of mango or pineapple for smaller portions and try to eat these fruits in moderation, always balancing them with other nutrient sources. Remember, when it comes to eye health, less can sometimes be more. Think you're making a healthy choice by using soybean or canola oil for cooking? It's time to rethink that. These oils, although popular and even recommended by some experts, can be a real poison for your eye health. The truth is, refined vegetable oils go through intense chemical processes that alter their properties, making them rich in omega-6 fatty acids. And what does this mean for you? Excessive omega-6 consumption disrupts the balance with omega-3, leading to chronic inflammation in the body. And guess what? These inflammations can directly affect eye health, contributing to macular degeneration. Studies show that diets high in soybean, canola, and corn oil are associated with an increased risk of developing eye diseases, especially in older adults. These oils are also extremely susceptible to oxidation, meaning that when heated, they form toxic compounds that can damage the retina and other ocular tissues. Moreover, the free radicals released during oxidation cause oxidative stress, which accelerates cell aging and contributes to vision loss. No wonder the American Academy of Ophthalmology recommends replacing these oils with healthier fats like extra virgin olive oil, which is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. The question here is simple. If you want to protect your vision, eliminate refined vegetable oils from your kitchen. Choose olive oil, avocado oil, or even coconut oil, which better withstand heat and are rich in nutrients that strengthen eye health. And if you find it difficult to make this switch, remember that your vision is at stake. The oil you use to fry that juicy steak could be the same one that, little by little, destroys your eye cells. Before we move on, I have a special invitation for you. Imagine having in your hands an exclusive ebook with 100 healthy recipes, all focused on strengthening different organs in your body, including your eyes. Want to know more? The link to get the ebook is in the pinned comment below. Now, let's talk about another big villain: processed meats. Bacon, sausages, ham. The list goes on. It may be tempting to have a ham sandwich in the morning, but in reality, you're serving a feast for oxidative stress. Processed meats contain nitrites and nitrates, which are preservatives used to give that nice color and extend shelf life. The problem is that these compounds turn into nitrosamines, which are highly carcinogenic and toxic to eye cells. Macular degeneration is directly linked to the buildup of free radicals and toxins in the body. And processed meats are champions at releasing these harmful substances, which not only affect eye health but also increase the risks of diseases like cancer and diabetes. Research indicates that people who regularly consume processed meat have a higher chance of developing macular degeneration than those who consume fresh meat or avoid these foods altogether. And the damage doesn't stop there. The high sodium and saturated fat content in processed meats impairs blood circulation, reducing the flow of nutrients and oxygen to the eyes. The result? progressive damage to retinal cells, loss of visual acuity, and, in severe cases, even blindness. It's like each bite is speeding up the aging process of your eyes. So, next time you think about having a sausage sandwich or bacon for breakfast, remember that these foods may taste good, but the price you pay is quite bitter. Try replacing them with healthier protein options like omega-3 rich fish, salmon, sardines, free-range eggs, or even legumes like beans and lentils. Your body and your eyes will thank you for making this more conscious choice. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps a lot in continuing to bring valuable content to take care of your health and well-being. Trans fats might seem like a thing of the past, with many brands reducing or eliminating them from products in recent years. But be careful. They're still present in many ultra-processed foods like stuffed cookies, industrialized cakes, margarine, and chips. And it's no wonder these fats are considered true poisons for our bodies, especially when it comes to eye health. What many people don't know is that regular consumption of trans fats not only increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases but also directly affects your vision. When we eat foods rich in trans fats, our bodies struggle to metabolize them properly. These fats replace the good fats that should be part of our cell membranes, making our cells less flexible and more prone to inflammation. And where does this show up in an alarming way? In our eyes. The retina is one of the most delicate and complex tissues in the body, and the presence of trans fats compromises blood circulation, hindering the transport of essential nutrients needed for vision. A study published in the journal Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science revealed that diets high in trans fats are significantly associated with an increased risk of age-related macular degeneration. The explanation is simple. These fats contribute to the accumulation of lipid deposits in the retina, known as drusen, which interfere with cellular nutrition and lead to the early wear of the macula, the region of the eye responsible for sharp, central vision. In other words, trans fats make your eyes age faster. And the problem doesn't stop there. Another study from Harvard University showed that people who frequently consume foods with trans fats have a much higher chance of developing dry eyes, eye irritation, and even progressive vision loss. This is because these fats decrease the natural production of protective oils in the eyes, compromising lubrication and making it easier for injuries to occur. Imagine that every processed cookie you eat is like throwing sand into the mechanism that keeps your eyes hydrated. So, the tip is clear: avoid products that still contain trans fats. Read labels carefully and be wary of foods that list partially hydrogenated or hydrogenated vegetable oil among the ingredients. Instead of using margarine and vegetable spreads, opt for ghee butter or olive oil. And if you have a craving for cookies, make a homemade version with healthier ingredients. This way, you're not only satisfying your taste buds but also taking care of your vision. Over time, macular degeneration develops without giving many signals. That's why anything we can do to reduce the impact of this process is worthwhile. By avoiding trans fats, you're helping to protect the health of your eyes and your heart. After all, what's bad for one is usually bad for the other. So, next time you pass by the cookie and cake aisle at the grocery store, remember, the taste may last a few seconds, but the damage to your eyes can last a lifetime. Leave a comment sharing which of these foods you still consume and plan to cut from your diet. Now, let's move on to the last villain on our list. Sugar is an old familiar on the list of health villains, but what many people don't know is how harmful it can be for your eyes. Excessive sugar intake, whether through sweets, sodas, or even that spoonful you add to your coffee, can cause spikes in blood glucose, leading to a cascade of negative effects on eye health. Excess glucose damages the blood vessels in the retina and can result in a condition called diabetic retinopathy, one of the leading causes of blindness in adults. When we consume large amounts of sugar, the pancreas is forced to release an extra dose of insulin to try to regulate blood glucose levels. This constant on-off insulin response causes chronic inflammation and increases oxidative stress in the body, significantly affecting eye health. The extra glucose accumulates in the tiny blood vessels of the retina, causing them to burst or become more fragile. Over time, this condition progresses to the formation of abnormal blood vessels that leak fluid and blood into the eye, impairing vision. The worst part is that this damage is usually silent and only noticed when vision is already compromised. But don't think that only diabetics need to worry about this. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that even people without diabetes but who regularly consume high levels of sugar have an increased risk of developing macular degeneration and other eye diseases. This is because excess sugar leads to the accumulation of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which accelerate cell aging and compromise the health of ocular tissues. One of the simplest ways to protect your eyes is to drastically reduce the intake of refined sugars. Avoid ultra-processed foods and prefer natural sources of sugar, like fruits and honey, which come with fibers, vitamins, and antioxidants that help minimize sugar's impact on the body. A good tip is to pair fruits with foods rich in proteins and healthy fats, like natural yogurt or nuts, to reduce blood glucose spikes and protect the blood vessels in your eyes. Sugar might seem harmless, but remember that it acts insidiously, silently, and gradually. Over time, the accumulated effects can result in irreversible damage to eye health. So, if you want to grow older with healthy vision, start cutting out excess sugar from your diet today. If you're unsure about which foods to avoid or how to create a more balanced meal plan, seek guidance from a specialized nutritionist. Your future self will thank you. Avoiding these 5 foods may seem challenging at first, but the benefits for your eye health are huge. Macular degeneration is one of the main causes of vision loss in people over 50, but with the right choices, it's possible to prevent and even slow down this process. By taking care of your diet, you're investing in more quality of life and independence for the coming years. And remember, you don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Start gradually and celebrate each small victory. Now, I'll leave a video here for you to watch as well. It will help you further understand how to protect your vision and improve your overall health. I'm Dr. Vitality, and remember, health comes first.